the search committee. What I found was I learned more about my church family from all of the interviewing and coming up with what the congregation was looking for in our next pastor. And then to actually be able to review profiles of all of the candidates. The most challenging part probably was zooming and zooming and zooming some more and discerning who was the right one. And I feel like God knew what he was doing when he put Chris and us together. And I couldn't be happier. I hope not to have to serve on a search committee again for maybe 20, 25 years. That would work for me, but it was a pleasure.
This search for me was, well, the first search was extremely interesting, and because I had never done anything like that, and it was a great learning experience in many ways, not just as a search committee person, but also, learning about how the church works. And so that was really nice. And then this time, of course, we started and then we got shut down by COVID. And it was amazing how it really didn't seem to matter a whole lot. I mean, once we started, we got to the point where we wanted to start talking to people. That was a little tricky. But the interesting part for me was that Chris was where he was, so it didn't matter. We were going to meet him by Zoom anyway. We weren't going to be able to talk to him, to see him, to touch him. And because of the abilities to search out videos of him doing his work in the Netherlands, it was really fun to be able to watch him, preach and still get a really good feeling of what kind of a person he was. And I was sold right away with Chris. I really, he's so calm and articulate and for me, it seemed like the perfect fit pretty quickly on. And I'm really, really grateful that God led us to him and that he feels the same way. He's mentioned that a few times. He's so grateful that God led him to us. And it's truly a blessing, and the timing and all the strange things going on in the world. And I think we're extremely blessed to have him and his family with us. So I'm grateful to have been on that search committee and to be able to find him.
I was honored to be a part of the committee because Skip and I were the newest members of the church at the time. And in selecting Chris Green as our pastor, the committee showed dedication, thoroughness, seriousness of purpose throughout, and everything was done in a very methodical way. COVID didn't stop us. Instead, we transitioned to Zoom meetings, which meant that we could have interviews with multiple candidates and view their sermons as well as their leading of services. And it probably resulted in a more complete vetting process than had ever been done before. Under masterful leadership, all persons' opinions were respected. And for me, an added benefit was that I was able to get to know the members of the committee better and in a way that probably would not have occurred before. At the end, our unanimous decision was Chris Green.
What it was like. Well, I mean, that's easy. It was great. I think it was, I mean, I guess I should say a few things like, I felt that this was a huge responsibility on me, and I think everybody. I think searching for a person who was perfect or fit the bill for our church was a big responsibility to give us. And I'm thankful that I was given that. As you know, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about everybody else on the committee. And I think I learned a lot about different religions and the importance of diversity. I think that how we did this, especially with the challenge of COVID, it worked out fabulous. Selfishly, I'll tell you, not only finding Chris was great, but what I learned about all the other people in the group and getting to know people was invaluable. Everybody added sort of a different flavor to the committee, and I think that was just great. For me personally, it was a very positive experience. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I hope we don't have to, for a long, long time.